Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your trim and tone. This is the whey circuit, a Mandalorian styled exercise circuit. We're gonna get started here with your lunge with a bar rotation. So keeping those shoulders back, holding that bar out in front of you. You wanna keep those hands in line with those shoulders. Come down to that lunge, get that rotation. Here we go. Now, as you're doing this exercise, remember with a lunge, you want to keep your knees in line with your hips, so try not to get them too close, especially with a classic lunge. We're going to hit those hips, those quads, those hammies, those glutes. But if you find that's not for you, feel free to go ahead, step back, and keep that rear leg straight. And keeping your knee straight, that'll take a lot of the pressure off of it, allow you to open up that hip. And if holding that bar right out in front of you is a little too much on the shoulders, try bending at the elbows and keeping those hands in line with that shoulder. A little more than halfway through, let's keep it rolling for the final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're coming down to the ground with a low plank hip dip. So you're going to rest on those forearms. You're going to drop one hip down to the side, come back up, hit the other side. Now, try to keep your eyes out in front of those hands, and if you feel any undue tension in those shoulders, push through those palms. But here we go. Now, with this one, ladies and gents, you can go ahead and come up, should I say, down on those knees, maybe in a high plank, and instead of getting that rock back and forth, feel free to go ahead and just get that plank jack style action, where instead of hopping, you step one leg out at a time, keeping it right here. We're halfway through at 23 seconds, so if you're not at the knees and need to come down to them, that's fine. Otherwise, come up on those toes, get that hip dip side to side. Final 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we've got your push-up to an alternating full lunge. So you're gonna go ahead, come down to that high plank, bring your chest down to the floor, come back up out of that push-up, plant the hand on the ground, lift that chest and bring that knee down and in to finish out that lunge, as you can see right here. Now, if this isn't for you, say that's a little too much for you, but you can get the push-up in, you can always go ahead, stick to that push-up and just get that deep lunge, keeping that rear leg straight to keep the knee safe. Or another option is you can stay in a high plank and shift back into that classic lunge. Keeping the rear leg straight to keep the knee safe, or you can go ahead and just keep it going for that full lunge and skip the push-up to keep those shoulders out of it. 15 seconds to go, let's keep it moving. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we're coming up to standing with your high knees. Remember, you can keep it standing and march into this, just bringing those knees as high as the hip, bring it back down, repeat on the opposite side, or if you like, you can hop into this. Get your knees as high as you feel comfortable, or as low as you need. Let's keep this going. 45 seconds on the clock, you're almost through. Now remember, the faster you pump those arms, the faster those feet move. So feel free to really get into this, get those hands moving, but it is just round one, so feel free to go ahead, really feel out these exercises. We're gonna keep this going for another 25 seconds, and then we are switching it up, taking it back up. Grab that bar, get ready. "15 seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, what we've got here is your front raise lunge jacks. So starting with that bar resting out in front of you, right in front of those hips, you're gonna go ahead, bring that bar up as you drop into that lunge, kicking one leg back, coming down in it, but then as you come up, bring your feet together and then hit the other side. So it's a jump lunge, an alternating jump lunge with that front raise, bringing that bar only as high as the shoulders, coming back into it. Now, if the jump is not for you, you can step into it, dropping the knee nice and slow, coming back up, hitting the other side, coming back up. Or you can always go ahead and keep that rear leg straight. Step back into it, raise that bar up as high as the shoulders as you do so, bring it back down as you bring the feet together, hitting the other side. With only 20 seconds left to go, make whatever adjustments you need to and keep it moving. If the front raise bothers you for the final 10, feel free to go ahead and get a bicep curl instead. Tons of options here, but keep it going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Guess what, folks? We're back at the top with that lunge, with that bar rotation. Now make sure you keep that bar laying flat in front of you, palms facing down towards the ground as you rotate. This right here is not only going to hit all of those legs, that whole lower body, but it is also going to hit those obliques. So keep that chest up, those shoulders rolled back, and keep it right here. Now, you can step into this lunge or you can hop into this lunge, whatever works best for you. Get that challenge in there, whatever it may be. Maybe it is not so much getting the bar up there, but it is keeping it up there for you. Maybe it is getting lower in your lunge because your knees are not and your hip is not digging what you're doing right now. Take your time. Keep that rear leg straight if you have to. Hop into this if you can, but keep it moving for just 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back on the ground with those planks with that side hip dip, so make sure you rest on those forearms, dropping that hip as low to the ground as possible. Remember, if you need to, you can go ahead and kick that leg out to the side, still working those obliques, but not exactly in the same way. Another option, of course, is you can bring those feet a little bit closer together. In doing this, this will add a little bit more of a balance challenge while still getting that core and oblique work. A little more than halfway through, folks. Keep this going. Remember, if you need to take it to the knees, you can get that side step. And if you're on your toes and want to up the intensity, walk those feet together. Keep this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we've got your push-ups with that alternating full lunge. Remember, high plank, chest to the floor. Come on up, bring forward one of those legs. As you lift the chest, drop that rear knee, come back down, plant those hands, get into that next push-up. Now, if you find that this is not for you, don't you worry. You can stay in that high plank, come up into that nice deep lunge, try to raise that chest as high as you feel comfortable, plant those hands, hit it again, keep it moving. If that's not for you, you can always go ahead, focus on just a high plank into that step forward, and then just switch between those legs. As you hold that plank, draw that belly button into that spine. Contract those abs like you're trying to bring your hips to your shoulders from the bottom in and up. We want to keep this going for about 10 more seconds, and then we're jumping into your high knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, coming on up. Drive those knees as high as the hip. Remember, if that's not for you, you can march into this hitting one side at a time. And if you're looking to turn up, the only option is to go faster. We're kicking this off in 3, 2, 1, go. Keep that chest up, shoulders back. Eyes out and in front of you, whether it's directly out in front of you so you can see the future. Maybe you're trying to grind this out, so go ahead, turn that gaze down, but make sure you are keeping your spine nice and neutral. Don't hunch your shoulders, don't round your neck. Go ahead, keep those bad boys back, those shoulders are yours. Keep that chin up as best you can, but that gaze can be wherever you want. Look up for inspiration, look down for desperation if you need to. As my science teacher would say during quizzes, don't look left or right though for information. You can though, because you're home, so it's cool. Anyway, keep it going for 7 more seconds. You're almost through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Front raise lunge jacks coming at you. Remember, get that bar as high as the shoulders, drop it down as you bring those feet back together. Kick that leg out into the lunge as you swing that bar up, hit the other side, repeat from there. Now, if you're not digging the hop, you can step into this. If you're looking to turn up, feel free to hop into this. If you're not digging that, stick to the classic movement. Maybe come out of the lunge, get a little bit of an ollie shuffle before you shift into the next lunge. Come back up, ollie shuffle, down to the next lunge, and repeat as often as you see fit. We're halfway through, so let's keep it going, let it burn for just 20 more seconds. Woo! Final 10 seconds, ladies and gents, final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guess what? We're back at the top with this final time through. So we've got your lunge with that bar rotation. You want to switch it up, feel free to go ahead, get that rotation, but flip that bar. Maybe have an underhand grip and an overhand grip. Rotate it as you come up and switch those hands, keeping it going for just 45 more seconds. Now, if you're going to get that flip, I'm going to recommend you stay to one side for the first half of this. Otherwise, just keep to that classic lunge with that rotation. Keep that bar flat, palms facing down. And we're halfway, ladies and gents. If you've been sticking to one side for any reason, now's your time to switch. Keep it going for just 15 more seconds. You're almost through. Ten seconds to go. Looking good. You're going. You got this. Let it burn for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. All right, we've got that plank with that hip dip coming at you one more time. Coming down on those forearms. Push through those palms if you have to. Just keep that chest up, core tight. We're gonna keep this going in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, now remember, this can be done from the wall as well or an elevated surface, but as you're doing this, what I want you to keep in mind is to keep drawing your hips towards those shoulders from below. You don't want to round your back, you don't want to arch your back and make it happen that way. You want to round your back like you're trying to crunch them from the inside to those shoulders. We're halfway through, so whether you're hip dipping to one side or stepping on the one side, now's your chance to switch or just keep that rock back and forth. Keeping this going for 15 more seconds, almost through. Here we are, final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got that push-up with that alternating full lunge. Remember, start in that high plank, drop that chest to the floor. Come on up, bring that leg forward, plant the heel, lift the chest, drop the knee, come back down, step that leg back, repeat on the other side. Now, if that is not for you, remember, you can just stay in the deep lunge after the push-up. You can go ahead and maybe skip the push-up, go from a plank to a deep lunge. Tons of options here. Let's keep it moving. 33 seconds on the clock. We're working those shoulders with that stability. We're working those hips with that flexibility. We're working that core with that stability. So let's keep it going. We're halfway through. If you've been sticking to one side for any reason, now's your chance to switch. Let's keep it going for 15 more seconds. Final 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're back at the top with those high knees, keeping that chest up, pumping those arms. Remember, the faster you move those arms, the faster those feet move. Even if your knees aren't coming that high, your hips are as high as you want them to go. Your waist is a little too high, so bring them down just a little bit. 2 different spots, by the way. And if you're not digging that run, just get those heels off the ground and just keep it moving as fast as you can for 35 more seconds. You're almost through. Now you want to draw your belly button into your spine on this one. This is like a sprint. You want to make sure that everything is stable. So roll your shoulders back and pinch that upper back if you can. If you've done that already, keep those abs nice and tight. If anything, folks, pump those arms as hard as you can to get a little bit faster and see what moves. If something's moving that you're not liking the way it feels, try to tighten it up as best you can. 10 seconds on the clock. Let's let it burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your front raise lunge jacks. Remember, starting with that bar in front of you, you're gonna raise that bar as you drop into that reverse lunge. Come on back up, hit the other side. Now, if hopping's not for you, step into it. And if the rear knee is not digging it, feel free to go ahead, keep that rear leg straight. Drop down in it, bring it forward. You can step into this part, you can hop into it, whether you're keeping that leg straight or not. Just keep it going for 35 more seconds. We're almost through. Let's see that last set, best set effort, folks. We're almost through with 20 seconds to go. Let it burn, let it burn. Keep that chest up. You're almost there. You're looking amazing. Keep it going for 13 more seconds. I know it's an unlucky, but you're almost done. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, you got about a minute of rest here. So go ahead. Keep that body moving. Maybe jog in place. Maybe just swing those arms out, loosen up those shoulders, shake out those hands. Whatever you need to do, get that breather. If you're drinking something right now, remember, you only want to get about 1 or 2 sips. Fun fact about hydration, folks, is it also contributes to muscle growth. So if you're trying to grow that lean mass so that non-essential mass takes less of a view there, we can go ahead and get that done. And for every 15 minutes to a half hour of strenuous activity, you want to drink an extra 8 ounces of water. Keeping that in mind, add that to your normal daily dose and go from there. In the meantime, folks, we're gonna kick this off in just a few seconds. You've got about 30 altogether, 15 seconds of rest, 15 seconds to prepare, and we're gonna jump into it. All right, folks, 3, 2, here we go. We're gonna get ready. You got 15 seconds to get ready for your kneel to stand. Chest up, shoulders back. Take a knee in that lunge, bring down the other leg, come back up, and return to standing, driving those hips at the top. Let's kick this off in 3, 2, 1, go. Now, with this exercise, sometimes taking your knees all the way to the ground is a bit much. Feel free to put something under those shins, something nice and soft, like say a foam roller, or maybe roll up your mat and make this happen. If you're not digging that, feel free to just step back into the lunge. Try to keep your hands off of your thighs as you lower your body to that position and come back out of it, whether you are coming all the way down to the ground, whether you're getting as low as you can. Maybe you are just taking one knee to the ground, returning to standing, and then taking the other knee to the ground. Whatever it is you're doing, just keep it going for 10 more seconds. You're almost through. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're taking it all the way down to the ground with your Superman planks. So you're gonna go ahead, hands out in front of you, legs out behind you, sternum driven into the ground. Raise those shoulders off the floor as well as those thighs. Contract those glutes. Let's kick this off. Here we go. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why, Sam? Why would you put this in here at 45 seconds? I think a better question is, why would I not put it in here? This is the perfect exercise for this. You want to strengthen that back? You want to fly around on a jetpack? This is how you're going to do it. This is how you're going to build that core strength to keep that thing in control. You can do this with your arms out in front of you. You can do this from just a classic low plank. You can even go ahead, put the arms out behind you, and keep those shoulders rolled back. Just lift that chest and chin off the ground. Keep those thighs off it as best you can, at least the knees, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we've got your jab cross to a dip and switch. So you're gonna jab with that one hand, cross with the other. Get down into that quarter squat for that dip. As you come out of it, you're gonna go ahead, switch feet, hit the other side. Jab, cross, dip, switch. Jab, cross, dip, switch. Keep it going. 45 seconds, let's move. Keep that chest up, shoulders back, but more importantly, keep those hands up. Draw that belly button near your spine. Brace for impact like someone's coming at you. You got this. Let's go. 18 seconds. Looking good. Ten seconds to go. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your Heisman's coming at you, so you're gonna go ahead, get that 3-step in one direction, raise that inside knee, take it back in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, raise that inside knee. Classic exercise, classic movement, something to keep that heart rate going. If you're not digging the hop, you can step into it. Just keep it moving. Feet stay low to the ground until, of course, you get to that one side. Once you hit that third step and your leg starts to come up for the fourth, you're simply going to drive that knee up high and come down on the opposite side. Let's keep this going for 30 more seconds. "20 seconds to go, more than halfway through. "10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got that squat jump to knee drive. So you're going to go ahead, drop down in the squat, hop out of it, but drive the knee. Now you can go ahead and just stick to a classic squat with a single knee drive, or you can get a quarter squat, whatever works best for you. Just go ahead, get that single leg balance. This right here is going to hit your lower body. We're going to hit your quads, your hips, your hammies, your glutes in that squat. And then we're going to work on those abductors and adductors with that knee drive on the opposite leg as you bring that knee up and come back down. Now I'm going to recommend you stick to one side for the entire time for round number 1. 25 seconds on the clock, you're more than halfway there. Final 10 seconds, drive that knee. Hips go back, glutes come down. Extend, then drive the knees and hips forward in 3, 2, 1. We're back at the top with that kneel to stand, dropping down into that lunge, getting that knee to the floor, swinging that opposite leg around, and then coming back up. Driving through that heel as you come out of that lunge, drive the hips forward as you come to the top, and repeat. You can alternate which side you come down on. You can stay on the one side that you come down on. When it gets to that last set, best set, I will tell you when to switch sides. Let's keep it going for 30 more seconds. You're almost there. Chest up. Pump the arms if you have to. Let them rest on your hips, behind the back, whatever works. You've only got 23 seconds. We're halfway there. You got this. Ten more seconds, folks. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back down on the ground with your Superman planks, ladies and gents. Now remember, this can be done with the hands behind the back. This can be done with your arms out in front of you. Whatever works best. We're going to keep this going in 5 seconds. Shoulders off the floor. Let's get this going. Now, you can go ahead, maybe let one leg rest, raise the other. If this is too much on your low back, feel free to roll on over into a classic banana hold. But we're going to keep this going for 33 more seconds. You're almost there. $20 seconds to go, more than halfway through. Final 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your jab, cross to dip and switch. So remember, jab, cross, quarter squats for that dip. Switch those feet for that switch. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, you can go ahead, get that jab, that cross, and that dip. But say the switch is a little too much on the knees. From here, we're just going to come out of that quarter squat and just switch feet, get back into it. Now, remember, just because it's low impact does not mean it's slow impact. So keep it moving nice and quick. Boom, boom, squat, come up, step into it. Boom, boom, squat, step into it. Keep it going. Ten seconds, almost through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got your Heisman's coming at you, so you're going to get that 3-step drive, that knee, come back to the other side, and repeat from there. 7 seconds on the clock before we get started. 2, 1, let's see it. Pump those arms, move those feet. Remember, the faster you move those feet, the faster you move those hands, the faster those feet will go. Keep this going. 35 seconds on the clock. Keep that chest up, eyes out in front of you, whether it's in front of the toes, whether it's up above that doorway, whatever it is you're looking at, keep it going. Maybe you're just looking at me. That's cool too. Halfway through at 22 seconds. Ten seconds on the clock. You're almost through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gents, here we go. We have got your squat with that knee drive. So you can go ahead and get that squat with that knee drive. Come down as low as your hips and knees will allow. Come up, drive the knee, repeat from there. Here we go. Keep that chest up no matter what. And don't be afraid to rotate that opposite shoulder to the knee that's going up. Again, I'm going to recommend you stick to one side, driving that knee up there. I'll let you know when to switch during the last set. 30 seconds to go. Halfway through. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, we're back at the top with that final set. We're gonna run through one more time. Kneel to stand, drop that knee down to the ground. Bring that other one down, get on back up. Remember, if you're not digging this, maybe drop as low into that lunge as you feel comfortable. Maybe your knee is making contact with the ground and then you're just coming up and switching sides. Maybe you're getting down and resting in that kneeling position, in that half kneeling position, and coming on back up. Just keep it going for 30 more seconds. You're almost through. Halfway. Ten seconds to go. All right, final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, here we go with those Supermans, taking it down to the ground, driving that belly button and sternum into the floor, getting those knees and those shoulders off the ground. 3, 2, 1. Seconds left on the clock. Remember, if you're not digging this, you can go one leg at a time. If you're not digging that, you can go for a classic plank, whether it's from the toes or the knees. You're halfway through though, so whatever you've been doing, if you want to step up, now's your chance. You've got 15 seconds to go. Maybe come all the way down to that Superman pose, drive that sternum into the floor, get those shoulders off the ground, keep those thighs off the floor as well. We've got 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jab, cross, dip, and switch. Remember, you can go about this quick. Boom, boom, dip, switch. Nice. Not digging that. Take your time. Jab, cross, dip, step into that switch. Here we go. Seconds on the clock. Let's keep it moving. Halfway. Final 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. We've got your Heisman's with that 3-step driving that inside knee. Let's keep this going. Almost there. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's see that side shuffle. Now remember, with a Heisman, you really want to focus on that lateral agility. You don't need to necessarily go the entirety of the length of that mat, but it's a good gauge. As you're doing this, you don't need to go quick or far. You don't need to go far. You need to go quickly. So if you're not covering the distance, that's cool. We are focusing on just moving side to side as fast as possible. Whether you're stepping, whether you're hopping, just get that side shuffle as quick as possible. Come back. You're more than halfway through with 15 seconds to go. Rocking it out, looking good. Remember, just like with the high knees, the faster those arms move, the faster those legs will go. Let's keep this going for 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. We've got that squat jump with that knee drive. Now, you can squat, get the knee drive, hit the other side, and stay on that one side for the first half. I'll let you know when to switch. As you're doing this, though, feel free to go ahead and get that full jump in there. So you come down. As you come out of it, you're going to raise the knee on the way up and come right back down, as you can see right here. I'm going to keep this going for the next couple of seconds here, and then when I call switch, I'll give you the full rundown on the other side. Alright, switch sides. Now, remember, you can squat, get a classic march with that knee drive. You can get that knee drive at the top with a little bit of a hop, or you can incorporate that hop. For the last 15 seconds, folks, you're almost through. Keep it going. Let it burn, let it burn. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, ladies and gentlemen. Nice job. That right there was your trim and tone. This is the whey circuit. The music for this workout was done by Patrick Patricos. Once again, we've actually got it for all the same for the month. You can find him on YouTube. Track list is in the comment. This workout was designed by, edited, performed, produced, and directed by yours truly, Nerd Coach Fury. Now, with that said, folks, hope you have a great rest of your day. See you soon for your next workout. And remember, slow down if you have to, speed up if you can, but never, ever stop.